January 30th, 2012. Inside a seemingly ordinary home in Mountain City, Tennessee, the discovery of the two lifeless bodies of Billy Payne and Billie Jean Hayworth sends shockwaves through the community. But this isn't just a tragic tale of young love gone wrong. It's a saga of cyberbullying with the internet as the judge and jury. As tension mounts, brace yourself for a roller coaster of shocking revelations that will have you on the edge of your seat. This is the tragic story of Billy Payne and Billie Jean. The story begins with a woman named Janelle. Janelle Lee Potter was born in 1981 to Marvin Potter and Barbara Potter. Marvin was also known as Buddy. Marvin and Barbara had two daughters, with Janelle being the younger of the two. Growing up in Pennsylvania, she faced numerous challenges during her childhood, including learning disabilities, speech and hearing difficulties, and a diagnosis of type 1 diabetes. According to her sister, Janelle was coddled by her parents, and her health and learning challenges were not just acknowledged but amplified and blown out of proportion from their actuality. Living under the watchful eyes of her every move under the sun by her parents, Janelle's life was far from ordinary. Her father was an ex-Marine who once served in Vietnam and worked for the CIA before retiring to a quiet life. Her mother, on the other hand, was employed at Hewlett-Packard. Janelle's life had always been sheltered, her path marked by the hurdles of persistent health issues that made forming friendships a challenge even from a young age. Her only way of making friends was through the digital realm, particularly Facebook. In 2004, Janelle, now an adult, followed her parents Buddy and Barbara to the tranquil Mountain City, where she continued to reside under their watchful gaze. Despite her high school graduation, she remained financially dependent on her parents, her world confined to the confines of her computer screen. With her mother as the virtual gatekeeper, Janelle's social life existed solely in the realm of social media. Janelle was lucky enough as she struck up an unlikely friendship with Tracy Greenwell, a pharmacy clerk who crossed paths with Janelle during her regular prescription pickups. Tracy was friendly to Janelle because she felt sorry for her. As their friendship blossomed, Janelle couldn't help but be smitten by the magnetic presence of Billy Payne, Tracy's brother. However, Tracy harbored a secret agenda for Janelle's heart. Instead of playing Cupid with Billy, who already had a girlfriend, she introduced her to her single cousin, Jamie Curd, setting the stage for a love affair that remained hidden from Janelle's vigilant parents. Jamie frequently visited her under the pretense of fixing their computer. As the years rolled by from 2009 to 2010, online threats from an anonymous source began to torment Janelle, with fingers pointed at Billy's girlfriend, Billie Jean Hayworth. Billie Jean Hayworth was born in Tennessee in the year 1988. Nestled within the rugged embrace of the Tennessee mountains lay Mountain City, the very hometown of Billie Jean Hayworth. A country girl at heart, she thrived in the great outdoors, relishing camping, fishing, hunting, and hiking. Sports, particularly volleyball, ignited her passion, while her adult years found her treasure hunting at flea markets, yard sales, and auctions. In 2006, she proudly walked the high school graduation stage, and a few years later she embarked on a love story with a man that was 13 years older than her. This man was none other than Billy Payne. Born in the heart of North Carolina in 1975, Billy Payne's journey eventually brought him to the picturesque haven of Mountain City, despite having a son residing far away in sunny Florida, and had already made it his home before he crossed paths with Billie Jean. Much like his partner in crime, Billy shared a passion for the thrill of flea markets, the allure of yard sales, and the excitement of auctions. He wasn't just an enthusiast, he was an ardent collector, turning everyday finds into cherished treasures. The year 2011 witnessed the arrival of a precious gift as Billy and Billie celebrated the birth of their son Tyler. The same year also marked their engagement, sealing their love in a promise for eternity. With hearts full of adoration for their child, Billy Payne thrived in his honest toil of manual labor, surrounded by a warm and welcoming community of friends and family in the enchanting mountain city. In the vast realm of social media, a feud ignited, pitting Janelle against Billie Jean and Billy Payne, with his cousin Jamie Curd taking Janelle's side. Tracy, an eyewitness to the escalating tensions, revealed Janelle's ever-present paranoia, convinced that someone harbored murderous intentions against her. Their Facebook connections turned sour, with Janelle believing Billie Jean's jealousy fueled the conflict. As tensions flared, the conflict escalated, culminating in shocking events of alleged rock-throwing incidents by Billy Payne and Billie Jean at Janelle's home. Amid the chaos, Janelle cried out to her parents, accusing them of launching a relentless onslaught through messages, threats of violence, assault, and even menacing drive-bys. On the flip side, Billy Payne, Billie Jean, and their friends argued that it was Janelle who had been the aggressor. In the end, the digital battlefield led to an abrupt and bitter friendship breakup on Facebook, setting the stage for the menacing chapters that followed. Their internet bond had been broken, but the story didn't end there. It marked the chilling prologue to a tragic tale of murder. January 31, 2012, just days after their bitter Facebook unfriending, a gruesome discovery shook their world. A friend stumbled upon the lifeless bodies of Billy and Billie Jean in their home, a chilling scene with their innocent child surrounded by Billie Jean's blood but was miraculously unscathed. Bruises marred their bodies, telling a tale of brutality before they met their grim end. Billy Payne, his throat brutally cut in bed, while Billie Jean cradled their baby before their lives were extinguished by single chilling gunshots to each of their faces. As the police and the town grappled with the chilling mystery of this heartless crime, a complex tale of love, envy, cyberbullying, and deceit began to unravel. With the conflict between Janelle's family and the Billies at the forefront of their minds, the investigators made their way to Janelle's home. There, her parents expressed profound shock at the murders, denying any involvement in the violence and revealing their desperate desire for an end to the relentless torment they had endured. The police brought in Janelle's boyfriend for questioning, which set the stage for a stunning breakthrough. When asked about the involvement of the CIA, he dropped a bombshell. Further probed, Jamie revealed a clandestine connection with someone claiming to be a CIA operative, a man named Chris who was tasked with safeguarding Janelle at any cost. As the interrogation continued, Jamie crumbled, revealing a shocking twist. Marvin was the perpetrator behind the murders. As the police summoned Marvin for questioning, their skepticism hung in the air. Here was a frail elderly man, reliant on oxygen to breathe, seemingly incapable of such a heinous act. What unfolded next would shatter their doubts and reveal a shocking truth. In a stunning twist, he admitted to gunning down Billy Payne and Billie Jean in cold blood, all in a desperate bid to shield his beloved daughter Janelle from harm's way. The police scoured Marvin's home, finding an arsenal of weapons that failed to match the murder weapon. Barbara, Marvin's wife, attempted to erase traces of evidence by tearing photos while their impounded truck yielded a trove of the shredded papers. A tenacious agent painstakingly reconstructed the torn fragments, revealing a shocking revelation. The emails that were exchanged between Barbara and the anonymous CIA operative Chris. Within those emails, Chris informed Barbara of the violent threats that Janelle supposedly got from Billy Payne and Billie Jean. Terrified for her daughter's safety, Barbara incited her husband to commit the chilling murders of Billy Payne and Billie Jean. But the identity of the mysterious Chris remained a mystery. The digital trail led investigators to an astonishing revelation. The emails purportedly from Chris originated from the same IP address of the Potter residence, leading to another chilling revelation. Chris and Janelle were one and the same. She was the puppeteer behind the curtain all along. She authored the threats against herself, the torment directed at Billy Payne, Billie Jean, and their friends. She had spun a web of deception, crafting a false online persona to ensnare her own parents in a deadly conspiracy. Janelle had orchestrated the ruthless murder of Billy Payne and Billie Jean, skillfully manipulating her overprotective parents and her love-struck boyfriend Jamie as pawns in her deadly game. The grim aftermath unfolded in court, with the entire Potter family sentenced to life behind bars, while Jamie Curd struck a 25-year plea deal and testified against them. In 2015, 3 years after the horrific murders, Janelle and her mother received 2 life terms for the first-degree murder of Billy Payne and Billie Jean, with an appeal fruitless in 2016. Fast forward to 2021. A post-conviction hearing took place, but nothing changed. Both are still incarcerated, serving consecutive life sentences at the Tennessee prison for women, with a slim chance of being eligible for parole in 2072. Marvin Potter, on the other hand, is serving his 2 life sentences at Whiteville Correctional Facility. Marvin's testimony left no room for doubt. He claimed sole responsibility for the gruesome murders. When asked about the possibility of accidentally slashing Billy's throat, Marvin's bone-chilling response sent shivers down the spine of all who listened. His actions were entirely intentional. His double life sentence stretches on, with the possibility of parole hanging in the distant year of 2132. As we close the chapter on this harrowing tale of deception and tragedy, we remember the lives that were cut short. 2 souls whose dreams and aspirations were unjustly ended by a web of deceit and cruelty. Their memory lingers as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places. However, in the face of such heartbreak, let us also find hope. The wheels of justice turned, bringing those responsible to account, ensuring that the truth prevailed. Their story is a testament to the unwavering dedication of those who seek the truth and demand justice, even in the face of the most twisted of plots. May the memory of Billy Payne and Billie Jean live on. This is their story, and in honoring them, we ensure that their memory lives on, forever etched in the fabric of time. If you found the video compelling, leave a like, comment your thoughts, share and subscribe for more videos.